Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Mince Mental Health Podcast. My name is Finn Lawler. I'm your host for the show. Let's jump right into it. So today's topic is something that I personally struggle with. We're going to be talking about how too much screen time can have a negative effect on our mental health. So let's begin. So as most of you already know, the way in which we get information these days is digital, mainly digital, which means more hours are spent looking at a screen. Heck, I had to stare at a screen while writing this script, ironically. So one thing I have noticed is that when I stare at a screen for too long, I tend to get a bit of brain fog, and I find myself spacing out after too much screen time. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys, but whenever I look at a computer for an extended period of time, I zone out for some reason. So some of the long-term effects of too much screen time include depression and anxiety. I don't know about you, but when I look at a screen for too long, I feel like a zombie. That's no fun. So according to Healthline, cat memes, comedy shows, and the ability to talk to a friend with a tap can make people smile, but the truth is that looking at screens for several hours per day can worsen a person's mood. I had to reread this information quite a few times to realize that this is very, very true. It does make our moods worse. That's mainly why we feel like zombies when we put our phones down for the first time in 3 hours. I know I feel like a zombie if I'm editing something and I sit there for maybe 3 hours and then I finally turn away, I feel like just an empty shell of what I once was a couple hours ago. Also, according to Healthline, screen time is also a sedentary behavior, and high sedentary levels are linked to depression. When you're figuring out what to do with your time, I'd recommend against going to your phone. Instead, go out and do something. Even if you don't think you'll enjoy it, do it anyway. It's better for you and your mental health. So, that answers the question, does less screen time equal better mental health? I think it's safe to say that the answer is yes. So, if you feel like a zombie while you're staring at a screen, it might be time to do something else for a while, and you can always come back to whatever you were doing before. Anyway, this has been the Mince Mental Health Podcast. Thank you so much for listening. I have been your host, Finn Lawler. We will see you guys next time. See ya.